Baldwin Park Police Department report card.
1, 2. Which one's working? This one?
No, the normal ones should be working.
All right. All right. One more, please.
Just emergency
All right. I want to say good evening to everyone that's here today. At this point, we're going to, concluding the city council meeting, we'll go into our closed session. So we'll leave that, will remain open. So at this point, I'd like to open up the Baldwin Park City Council meeting today, regular meeting. Today's March the 15th, 2017. The time is 7:15. So at this point, I'm going to ask Pastor Dr. Paul Flores. Sorry about that, Doctor. If you could lead us in an invocation, and we'll follow the flag. So I will ask all those that are able to stand to please do so.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, we are mindful, God, that you are present and you are help in our time of need. We commit this meeting to you, Lord, that we may serve you and serve our community in the best possible way. Thank you for Mayor, Council, all those that serve, Lord, and have a heart, Lord, to do their best. May you continue to honor that, Lord, and may we continue to bless your name by serving others. It's in Christ Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you very much. At this point, we're going to pledge to the flag. You've got everyone face the flag. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. I want to thank everyone for being here today. But before we go on, we're going to have a roll call by our city treasurer, Maria Contreras.
Good evening, everyone. Buenas noches a todos y bienvenidos. Councilmember Cruz Baca. Here. Councilmember Monica Garcia. Here. Councilmember Ricardo Pacheco. Present. Mayor Pro Tem Susan Rubio.
Present.
Mayor Manuel Lozano.
Present. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Council members wishing to close on anyone's behalf for any report out? All righty. So at this point, before I go on, I want to acknowledge our new police chief, and that is Mr. David Salcido, who comes from the city of Inglewood. Originally was with the city of South Pasadena as a police officer, then went on to the city of Inglewood, where he went from sergeant to lieutenant to captain, and he's currently the chief of police of the city of Baldwin Park. Actually, his first day was March the 13th, and we'll look forward to having a separate ceremony for you as well. Thank you very much, Chief. Thank you. Alrighty, we have several presentations. So the first one that we have here, we have the presentation of a plaque to retiring California Highway Patrol Captain Steven Urias, and introduction of the new California Highway Patrol Captain Craig Hammond. So at this point, why don't I ask Captain Steve Urias, if you could step up here to the actual lectern real quick, so I could read the little bio, and I will ask him to come up to the dais once I finish reading that, so we could get a little history. As some of you may or may not know, the city of Baldwin Park also has the California CHP, of course, a state entity that's also been a very beneficial perspective for us, of course, seeing law enforcement right through the Francisquito and throughout the city as well, and also assisted us on various occasions. So at this point, I'll read for Mr. Captain Steven Urias. 31-year law enforcement service, 29 years with the California Highway Patrol. Captain Urias began his law enforcement career with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's before entering the California Highway Patrol Academy in 1987. Well, with the CHP, his assignment include Santa Barbara, San Bernardino, Inland Division, the Riverside County, Auto Theft Task Force, Central Los Angeles, Barstow, San Bernardino County, Auto Theft Task Force, commander at Antelope Valley, and concluding his career as commander of the Baldwin Park area. Excuse me, I meant commander. Sorry about that. So Captain Urias graduated from the California Highway Patrol Academy on January 28, 1988, and upon graduation, he was assigned to road patrol duties in the Santa Barbara area. In May of 1989, he transferred to the San Bernardino area, where he worked on a variety of assignments, including road patrol felony follow-ups and background investigators. He was promoted to sergeant in 2000, where he was assigned to the central Los Angeles area and later transferred to the Inland Division, where he was responsible for training and recruitment. In 2005, he was promoted to lieutenant and assigned to the Barstow area. As a lieutenant, he returned to the Inland Division. In 2011, he was promoted to the rank of captain and assigned to the Antelope Valley. He transferred in January 2013, where for the last 4 years of his career was commander of the Baldwin Park area. For those of us who have been privileged to have known and worked alongside Captain Urias, we know him as a dedicated member of the California Highway Patrol who has subscribed in words and deed to serve in the United States of America, the state of California, honestly, and so fulfilling his oath as a soldier of law. So on behalf of the City of Baldwin Park, and we have on many occasions met and have been at different groundbreakings for the 10 and the 10 freeway as well. Commander, I want to thank you very much. What a career and what an opportunity to be able to end it here at this California CHP. And I know it's not the end, it's the beginning, because as you begin your journey in retirement, and you have been a role model for many of the California CHPs, and on behalf of the City of Baldwin Park, I commend you for that on behalf of so come on up here so we'll present you with our plaque, sir. Thank you. So we'll have him say some words once I... Oh, Manny, don't forget. Hold on. Let me give this Manny real quick. We'll go first.
You look so different. I'm so used to the CHP.
Commander, sir.
Such an honor.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, Commander, we're going to present you with this plaque that reads Captain California Highway Patrol. In recognition and appreciation, come on up here, Commander, of your 29 years of unending dedication to the CHP and the many counties you patrol. Thank you for the support and involvement you provide to your organization and the entire Baldwin Park community. We wish you a happy retirement. So on behalf of the City of Baldwin Park, we present you with the symbol of the plaque. Thank you very much, Commander. Thank you. We'll have you say some words.
You know, it's an honor to work for the state of California and all the people here present today, but it's something that is done with a lot of love and respect for everyone, and working with agencies in Baldwin Park, the city, the county, fire department, all of our public safety is what made this career so wonderful and so difficult to leave, but at the same time, it's time to move on. I really appreciate this. And to everybody in the council here today, thank you so very, very much.
Thank you, sir. Commander, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Best of luck. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations on your retirement, because I know.
Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely.
Yeah, you're good. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Manny, we could put the commander's name up on the marquee tomorrow. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, the next one that we're going is the presentation by the San Gabriel, oh, that's right, okay. All right, this point, Captain Hammond is transferring in from the central Los Angeles area to work at the California Highway Patrol Office located in Baldwin Park. The City Council and the community members of Baldwin Park would like to give Captain Hammond a warm welcome and wish him success and a pleasant work experience within our community and the entire San Gabriel Valley. Commander, do you want to say some words? Thank you.
And good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I started off in Central Los Angeles in 1990, but I came back to the Baldwin Park area in 1992. I got called back out when the LA riots broke out because I had the understanding of the background of the area. I shared it with you because my brother was a local politician, and now he's in charge of the school board over in Monrovia right now. And we've been very involved. We all grew up in the El Monte area, and all I've done is migrate a little bit east. And so my career has taken me, similar as you heard with Steve, throughout our 58 counties. I've spent a tour of duty up in the Bay Area, and I've been up in Sacramento. One of the biggest things I've enjoyed doing as a sergeant was, I think most of you have heard of the Amber Alert program. I was very honored as a sergeant to work with a crack team of people to bring that into existence for the state of California. In that capacity, I've done 4 tours now as a commander. This is my 4th one. And I'm very privileged to be back in my old neighborhood. I live locally. And so it's a very happy thing to be able to come back and be involved with the community of which I've been a member of since a little boy. And I've done little presentations and things with my parents when they were doing things for local politicians back when they were the big people and I was a little kid. And now it's kind of funny that I'm up here at a microphone speaking in front of a community group. But it's a privilege. I look forward to working with all of you. And it's all the East County. I work with a lot of different folks, and you'll see me. I work a lot of hours also. I'm very engaged, and I'm a big partner with all the folks that are around here. So I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commander. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Commander.
Yes, go ahead.
Mayor.
Yeah, Mr. Hammond. Yeah, I just want to share because I know the family a little bit personally. First of all, you know, Mr. Hammond, his brother was the mayor of the city of Monrovia for many, many, many years. And he's currently my boss. So yes, it's a very accomplished family, and they're always out there, you know, doing what's best for kids and families. So thank you for your service.
Mayor.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, I'd like to welcome you home and also, you know, welcome you back to the community. But I'd like to ask you to come up along with our fire chief and our chief of police. And can we get a photo? This is such a rare, you know, moment to have all of you in one room. So please, let's capture the moment. Is there anybody else? Why don't we have Captain? Yeah, he should come.
Oh, yeah. Commander, come on up here. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, Hammond, Bob. Commander, I know your brother.
How are you?
Just had lunch with him. No way. Tell him I said hi. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, congratulations.
Man, you got my cameras on, brother. What's up, bud? Haven't seen you in a long time.
Congratulations. And I know your brother, so.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
So we'll see how-
Thank you. Just dump it right here.
Will you join us?
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo, will you join us?
Thank you. It's an honor. Cameras?
Welcome. We're going to be seeing each other quite a bit. Thank you for being here.
All right. Get my chair. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I was like, let's get you guys, all the chiefs are here. Commander in chief.
Can we also call up? She came late. She's from AQMD. She wants to talk. You can do it after the mic one or before, whichever.
All right, this one I'm going to bring up Rainbow Young, AQMD. She has some words. Thank you very much.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you all again. Honorable Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, Council members, my name is Rainbow Young with the South Coast Air Quality Management District, AQMD. I have recently been reassigned as the liaison to your city, wonderful city of Baldwin Park. So I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce myself to your entire council and put a face on my agency. Actually, besides me, two other members, two members on our governing board also represent this area. They are Mayor Michael Caccioli of South Pasadena, you all know him, and also LA County Supervisor Sheila Koo. Just a couple of quick updates. We have a new initiative of enhancing communication and transparency between our agency and local governments. So beginning this month, we'll be sending letters to cities about the notice of violation, NOV, of businesses. Like this month, your city manager, Shannon, you'll be receiving a letter listing the, if there are any, the NOVs, the notice of violation from businesses or any facilities in your city from last month. So it will be like a 1 month delay. So in April, you will receive one from March if there are any. So we're trying to, keep the local governments informed of their the compliance situation of their business community. Okay, next, earlier this month, our governing board voted to adopt our draft 2016 Air Quality Management Plan, AQMP, which is the blueprint for this region's clean air policy. And we are working really hard to secure funding sources for the potential incentives program related to the plan. So I'll keep you all updated on that. And next piece of good news, we only issued 8 days of no burn alerts this season during our check before you burn months from November to February. As you know, during this period from November to the end of February, the residents, they are not allowed to burn wood when we issue no burn alerts based on our air quality forecast. Actually, the 8 days this season is a big improvement when compared to the previous 2 seasons where we had 25 days and 14 days respectively. So thanks to the rain, it does, help to clear our sky, and it's much better than the last 2 seasons. And lastly, I brought our newly printed 2017 Clean Car Buying Guide. We're printing bulk copies, so if I got more, I'll bring a stack, to your city hall for public consumption. But you all got a copy, and it's good material. If any one of you want to change to buying clean car. And also, just wanted to, remind your community about our complaint hotline, 800 Cut Smog. So it's important that if they suspect any air quality nuisance, any air quality concerns, they call our hotline, 800 Cut Smog, so that we can log the complaints into our system. Because a lot of people, maybe if they call me, the complaint is not logged in the system, and we have a mechanism. It's important that they call and have the complaints logged, and based on the number of complaints in the system, we take action on that. So I think that's it. Thank you very much for your time. Please continue to consider me as a resource, and I'll continue to keep you all posted on our funding programs, like MSRC probably coming up soon, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you.
Mayor? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm glad you're here and you did this report. What I would like to do is get some of our comments or some of the information resources, so place them in the Now, which goes out to 75,000 residents so that they're informed, because it's very educational, what you just stated here, and it's important for us and the residents to also know.
Great.
Thank you. At this point, Councilmember Monica Garcia.
Thank you. I just want to say hello, Rainbow. It's so great to see you.
Yes,
and
likewise.
I'm so glad that you've been assigned to our community once again. I do want to acknowledge that Rainbow has been a great resource to our community in the past. And in fact, in 2009, if you recall, you brought the tree grant to our attention. And from that, we were able to get 200 trees planted along Francisquito. And that was a grant opportunity that you brought to our attention, and you followed up with us. And so we look forward to working with you. I know how diligent you are and how thorough.
Thank you so much.
And really appreciate you, and I'm glad that you'll be working with our community again.
Great.
Excited
We'll continue to
about
do that.
Okay, thank
I'm
you.
sure the trees, they are tall now, right? 6
They're
years.
looking good. They're looking good. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Look forward to working closely with all of you.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much. All right, so at this point, we have one more presentation by the San Gabriel Valley Bike Club, an upcoming event, the benefits of bicycle riding and bicycle safety. Good evening.
Everyone hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Good evening,
Good evening.
everyone. My name is Diane Velez. I am a resident of Baldwin Park, and I am also the outreach coordinator and Safe Routes to School director for San Gabriel Valley as part of Bike SGV. So I have been here before, and I have presented on Bike SGV, but my reason behind being here today again is to present a partnership that we were able to build up with the City of Baldwin Park and Bike SGV to make us a more accessible bicycle and pedestrian-friendly city. Get started. So what is Bike SGV? So we're a nonprofit advocacy organization that supports a more bicycle, pedestrian, and transit-friendly San Gabriel Valley. More specifically, we are volunteer-driven, so a lot of the people that are in our organization are all residents from the San Gabriel Valley in different areas, including intergenerational. So we have a lot of community members who are of older age, retired, and we also have high school students volunteering for our organization, which provides multimodal and also a different perspective as to the needs of our communities. And we offer different programs. So on a monthly basis, we offer a bike train, which is a ride through a San Gabriel Valley community. And this year, our goal is to hit every single city in the SGV, including Baldwin Park, which will be coming up in 2 months. So we get together as family members, community members, and we ride around safely. We also provide cycling without age. So we have pedicabs, where we go to nursing homes or also for people with disabilities or different abilities, and we provide pedicab rides around the neighborhood. And we've been doing this in different retirement homes. And this is something that is new to our organization that we'd be willing to definitely expand out into Baldwin Park. We also have SGV counts, so data counts. So we know that data is very important in order when we apply for grants or when we present to funders. So we count. So every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 4 to 6 p.m., we are at a different intersection in San Gabriel Valley, counting how many pedestrian, bicyclists, people walking, people on strollers, on a skateboard are passing through a certain intersection. And that data allows us to present to funders in case there's ever an accident or a crash to say, hey, this intersection is very congested. We need to do something about this. And we have the data to prove it. We also have the Bicycle Education Center, which is what the City of Baldwin Park is partnering up with, Women on Wheels, and we have Open Streets event. So our last Open Streets event was 626 Golden Streets, which was an 18-mile Open Streets event for entire communities to come out in the San Gabriel Valley. And we look forward to partnering with Baldwin Park in the future for this. So our partnership with Baldwin Park. So we have a 3-hour course. It's called City Cycling Class. And we provide 3 different topics. The first hour is in-class education as to safety, the rules, the regulations, Baldwin Park city laws. So for example, in the city of El Monte, there's a restriction that you cannot ride your bicycle on the sidewalk, or you can be ticketed. So it's different for the city of Baldwin Park. So we make it specific to every single city to make sure that the residents know the rules. We also have on-bike drills away from cars. Most of the time it's in an enclosed parking lot so that people can practice, get a little bit more comfortable on the bike. And the last hour of the class, we ride around the neighborhood. So I actually took this class about 7 years ago at Morgan Park. And that's when I felt a little bit more kind of empowered to really be on a bike and ride safely in my own neighborhood. And anyone can participate. So we have partnered up to do 4 classes for now, but we're willing to do more later on. As long as you're a resident of Baldwin Park, you can register. And if you would like to come with your family, you can come. And participants receive free set of bike lights, which are the ones I brought today. If you are under the age of 18, you receive a helmet because California state law requires that everyone under the age of 18 have a helmet while they're on a bike, and a certificate of completion. And these are the dates. So thank you to the Julia McNeil Senior Center. We will be hosting the classes at the following dates. And we will also be coming and being a little more active with the City of Baldwin Park. So we will be present at the Walnut Creek Nature Park Grand reopening. And we will also be doing SGV counts in Baldwin Park on April 1st. So we're going to have volunteers all throughout the city that Saturday morning counting pedestrians. And I just want to say special thank you to Manny Carrillo and Sam Gutierrez for really helping with this partnership and bridging a gap that we're really a high need in Baldwin Park, being given that a lot of the people in our community, and given that this is now a sanctuary city, a lot of our community members, the only access that they have to transportation is a bicycle or walking or a bus. And this is really something that could benefit the community into empowering them and have that education to be secure and know the laws if they're ever ticketed or stopped. And if you have any questions, you can always reach me. And I am a Baldwin Park resident, so I'm very active within the community and also helping and making sure that we have more accessibility for anyone within any age. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, let me know.
All righty. Thank you. Anyone have any questions? Yes.
Mayor,
Councilmember. Yes.
it's not questions. Thank you very much. First of all, I was at the 626, the Irwindale leg of that with the Rams thing. It was a lot of fun. But I also, maybe we should look over some of the rules for the bikes, because I do see a lot of people riding their bike on the sidewalks here. So I think that if we could do that, I think that would be a good idea for us to review that and sort of, let people know about the sidewalks and so forth, which is usually for pedestrians.
I agree. Absolutely. Definitely.
Yeah, and I think I would also like to encourage all of you to attend one of the classes too, to set a great example for community members, to see that your leaders ride a bike or walk to the meetings.
Yeah.
Especially if you're having meetings within the city, to set that example. And I think it would be really great to just educate our community to know what are the rules so that we don't break them.
I'm going to bring my Royce Union bike that I bought in 1973. I still have it.
It still works.
But
we can help you fix it.
The 10-speed.
Great. Good?
All righty.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I wonder if they still make Royce Union. Probably not. Okay. All right. Okay. So at this point, thank you very much. I'd like to open up the public communication. Anyone else wishing to speak? Yeah. Oh, we'll go ahead and allow them to finish up here real quick. All right, at this point, I'll open up the public communication. Anyone wishing to speak, you have approximately 3 minutes.
Hello, City Council, Baldwin Park residents. You guys have this agenda you have here. You don't follow it. I don't know why that we call you mayor. These presentations you had today, they're nowhere on this agenda. I don't know. I guess you just bring it up and figure I'm going to do it, like it or not. This person that you guys deny a pothole injury to her vehicle, you people don't drive in Baldwin Park. I think you all live in Hollywood or Burbank or somewhere else, and you don't live in Baldwin Park, especially the mayor. Have you guys driven down Fraser Street lately? I know, you don't know where. I'm going to tell you where. At the corner, you come off the 210 freeway, you come off on Fraser, turn right. There's 2 big potholes there. They've been there ever since it started to rain. Oh, by the way, I thought when Caltrans built that bridge They were supposed to repair that street, Fraser, that one section. Well, I found out later, they told you, goodbye, guys, good riddance, you do whatever you want to do. Well, you people spend money so foolishly, you don't have money to fix it. But you had other streets in Baldwin Park fixed, but this one you didn't fix. And that's traveled by many people, especially people going to Kaiser or people going to the residence. So you people got to get together and get off your lazy self and start driving around this city and look at what needs to be fixed. You don't drive in Baldwin Park. I've never seen any of you in Baldwin Park down Ledford Street, and I live on Ledford. The only time I ever see you come there is going to the nature park, which is costing us a lot of money, and you got it completed. You're going to have a party on the 30th there. Where are you going to park all these cars? Weren't you supposed to extend the parking? I know the guy that did the work didn't get enough money. But you guys are all wrong, all of you. From that end of the table to that end. I don't think I've ever seen any of you down my street. The only time you do is you go to Fraser, down to the nature park. The rest of the city means nothing to you people. You know why? Because you don't care. I know, I say it all the time, but I will continue saying it till the day the good Lord decides that He wants me. Because you people don't care. Because if you did, you'd drive down all this city streets and check them out. So being that my time's almost up, on the financial report, says 3 minutes agenda. Somebody better speak on that. If you don't, Mayor, I'm going to have you in trouble.
Appreciate that. All right, thank you. Moving along, public communication. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Excuse me. Okay, my name is Maria Romero, and I am the president of the Baldwin Park United Soccer Club. I'm going to give you a little history about our club. We were started back in 2012 to give the opportunity for children that don't have the opportunity to play club soccer. Club soccer is a very expensive sport. It could range anywhere from $1,800 to $3,000 a year. Our club doesn't function like that. Our year costs about $400 to play, and we just basically charge what we have to charge and make no money. We are a nonprofit organization, and our teams have played as far north as Santa Maria, as far south as San Diego, Las Vegas, and everything in between. And, you know, they really put the city of Baldwin Park on the map, and, you know, they'll say, well, where's Baldwin Park? And these girls will say, well, you know, the home of In-N-Out.
All right.
They always, you know, throw that in. And, you know, we've won league titles, tournaments, and been finalists and all kinds of stuff. Well, this summer, one of our teams was invited to go play in Spain. We are very excited at this opportunity that they have given us. They will be playing a tournament in Spain. They leave in June 22nd. And they're not only excited about representing the United States, but they are representing the city of Baldwin Park. We would love if we could get a flag to take to Spain to represent Baldwin Park. And like I said, the club is very different from the surrounding clubs. We are probably the cheapest in the area. Many of our players are socioeconomically disadvantaged, and it is a big expense for them. We have had several fundraisers, but we would like to ask if there is any way you can sponsor our team and provide any help to our players. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. And I brought two players, Isabel and Alex. Isabel is a service to Don, and Alex is going to read a little something for you.
All right, thank you.
Good evening, Mayor Lozano and City Council members. My name is Alexandra. I'm 16 years old, and I was born and raised here in Baldwin Park. I went to school to St. John's from kinder until 8th grade. I'm an active church member and sing in the Filipino choir at St. John's. We have been playing with BP United since 2012. We also are very excited that we got chosen by Coach Armando to go play with the team in Spain. And I know that the team is also very excited to be representing the United States and Baldwin Park United in this tournament. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All righty. So once you finish public communication, I'll make a comment, okay?
Okay.
So that all of us could chime in.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on with public communication.
Excuse me, Mayor.
Yes.
I know that you're going to say something, but can she please give us some information?
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to ask you,
For
yeah.
the donations, I don't want her to leave without giving us that.
Yeah, oh, you're going to still be here, right? Okay.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, council members, city staff, and the community of Baldwin Park. My name is Daniel Lavanos, and I'm your city ambassador from One Legacy.
Yes.
One Legacy is an OPO, an organ procurement organization. We're the bridge that connects the patients to the transplant centers. One individual can save the lives of 8 people through organ donation and enhance the lives of 150 or more through tissue and cornea donation. Currently, our national wait list for the gift of life is over 119,000 Americans, and sadly, we lose 22 patients daily across the United States. 21,000 in the state of California is waiting for its life-saving organ also. Every 10 minutes, someone is added to this list. To register for organ donation, you can go to our website, www.donatelifecalifornia.org, si habla español, www.donavidacalifornia.org, or visit your local DMV. Our 15th annual Donate Life Rose Parade float, Teammates in Life, was successful in winning a theme trophy, which reflects the parade's theme, Echoes of Success, by reminding us that no one succeeds alone. We all thrive by working together and pulling in the same direction. There were 60 fluorographs of donors who gave the gift of life, 24 organ, eye, and tissue recipients who rode our float, and we had 12 living donors with their recipients walking along our float to show that you still can live a productive life after donation, and they did walk 5.3 miles. On December 30th, of 2016, we had 35 civic leaders from 29 cities participate in our rose dedication ceremony for placing a rose on our float for the importance of eye, organ, and tissue donation. We had 3,500 rose dedications this year. April is Donor Awareness Month, and we are advertising our 15th annual Donate Life Rose Parade, our Rose Run Walk at the Cal State Fullerton campus, April 29, 2017. Last year, rain or shine, we had nearly 14,000 participants with many civic leaders in attendance for the importance of eye, organ, and tissue donation. One Legacy is asking the City of Baldwin Park to declare April as DMV Donate Life California with a city proclamation. Last year, our ambassadors collected over 145 city proclamations. I am a liver transplant recipient. I received my gift of life on December 27th of 2003, and I also was selected to represent One Legacy's Ambassadors Program to ride our Donate Life float this year in the Rose Parade. It was a great experience and a rewarding experience. Thank you, Mayor Lozano, Mayor Pro Tem, council members, city staff, and the community of Baldwin Park for letting me give this announcement, saving lives through organ, eye, and tissue donation, comforts the families we serve, and inspires the communities to donate life.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you
very much. Well, do you guys have a proclamation that we could follow?
Yes.
Yeah, that same one? Okay. All right. Thank you. Never mind. I'll talk to her after. Thank you. All righty. So at this point, moving on with public communication. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, council members. My name is David Staples. I am the location manager for First Student Transportation here in Baldwin Park. First Student is a national school bus company. We operate in the majority of the states. We also operate in every city in the San Gabriel Valley. Our location is based in Baldwin Park at 5127 Hines Road. As a company in the Baldwin Park area, we provide highly trained professionals, bus operators here. And we also are hiring on a regular basis Baldwin Park residents. Our drivers that live here in the city and drivers that don't live in the city are contributing to the economy here by spending money, obviously, at some of the businesses, local business, what have you. Other than providing school bus service and transportation of children from home to school, we've worked hard to become a member of the Baldwin Park community. We have participated in events such as the Christmas Toy Drive over the last several years, and we are also looking to do additional things in the community. Many people in the Baldwin Park area may not know or how much the community of Baldwin Park means to First Student, or we mean to you. But we're looking to make this a long-term relationship here in the city. What we're asking for here is we're looking for an opportunity to expand our operation by leasing additional property for storage of our buses, these homeless school buses. There's actually the low-profile buses that are not the big transit buses that you see, the big 70-seaters, what have you. But there is a facility at 144.6 Arrow Highway in Baldwin Park that we'd like to lease for additional storage, and we're looking for permission to do that. So my purpose here today is to ask for that permission, or to at least talk to someone down the road that we can discuss that more in detail.
Absolutely, definitely.
So I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. So we'll get whomever, who would, Amy Harbin, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council members. My name is Jenny Brown, and I'm hoping to move to Baldwin Park and open a cafe with my cousin Sonia. We haven't had a ton of success finding a location, so if anybody has any friendly advice, we'd welcome it after the meeting. We're looking for something in the center of town, and our vision is a small, cozy cafe with fresh, healthy food where people can come together and relax and enjoy.
Oh.
We just wanted to introduce ourselves, and we look forward to inviting you to our cafe once we open it. We're excited to join the Baldwin Park community. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's really awesome. Thank you very much. Look forward, and hopefully the best of luck. Manny Carrillo will be able to help you, and also Amy Harbin as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so at this point, moving on with public communication.
John Rios, residents. I saw in the now that you guys are going to reopen Walnut Creek Park. It really is not finished. I don't know why you guys are extending yourselves to opening it. For one thing, did anybody go in there and check the roof? Because it was exposed to all that rain that we had. And most of the time, if it goes into the roof and you cover it, it's going to become some mold in there. And we have a lot of children going in there during the summer program. You want to talk to your... The parking lot is still not done. You guys have parts of trees right there in front of the building. There's some trees that are not doing well. It seems like they're not getting enough water. Part of the sites on the walkway are deteriorating with the rain and everything. Right there when we had the big rains, I would say there was around 5 inches of rain right there in that gutter. You know, what's going to cause is mosquitoes are going to be coming, you know, with this heat and everything. So I would see if you guys can finish it the way it's supposed to be finished. I don't know if they did the new restrooms or anything. According to Manny Carrillo, he told me that there was phase 3 or whatever. You know, so those are the little concerns that we have as a community. You know, I live just on the street from there. You know, like Mr. Luna said, you know, it's not done. For one thing. Another thing is Fraser Street, all those potholes and everything. According to Caltrans, they had given the city of Baldwin Park the money to fix that because that was the main entrance, Fraser, Lefford, for the park, for the highway, okay? And they had said, as soon as we finish, it has to be redone. The other engineer that left because of, I don't know why he left, but he had told me by July it should be finished. Okay? So I don't know what happened to that money, but it's already going on a whole year. Okay? So let's see if we can do something better than that.
All right, thank you very much. All right, moving along with public communication.
Thomas Carey, I was at the last meeting. I understand that you want to pay the new chief, nothing personal on the chief, more money than you did the previous chief. Starting people to higher pay also contributes to CalPERS. You're already $18 million in the hole on that. That's assuming the economy doesn't take a dump again at some point. And I don't think we got long to wait, maybe 2 years on that one. So what are you going to do then? Start at a higher rate so the CalPERS will be higher by the time if he stays here to retirement, or maybe puts in 5 years. The higher you start people's pay, the more money you got to pay into that. I know the Rose Tam don't dare tell you anything because, her job be on the line because that's what happens when they cross U3. Anybody crosses U3, you get into trouble, isn't that right? Well, I guess if I still lived here, I guess I'd get more visits from the code enforcement. You were here then. You were on the council then, Manny and Ricardo. So I spoke against things then, and I got visits. Didn't keep me from speaking, though, did it? It actually made it worse. So as for the downtown area, you did a fine job making that a desert. It's nice and hot down there, no trees, no breezes, no anything. How come the same trees in Covina are doing fine over there? Same kind of pine trees. They're all there. I was over there today. How come? They were able to water their trees, but you couldn't keep your trees watered and you let them die? They died of thirst. And you hired some botanist to tell you they were all dead. I could have told you that. If you don't water them, they're going to die. That's what happens. And the bark beetles get in there and finish the other ones. How come the trees are still in Covina? How come? What did you guys do so wrong? You don't care about these people. Those trees circulate the air and make it cooler. You go in the yard where there isn't a tree, it's hot like a desert. You go in there's a tree, it's not just the shade, it just cools the air around it. I guess your botanist didn't tell you that. Well, of course, you're going to plant all kinds of other shrubbery. That needs water, too. Or you're not going to let that water. Like he says, maybe they're not watering the trees down at that new nature park. The governor said you could water the parkways with the trees. How come you didn't? And if people tore out the copper and stole it, then you use plastic pipes to replace it. How come? Don't you care about the youth in the city? Those trees filter the air. Maybe the woman from the AQMD could have told you that. Seems to be friends with Monica over here. So, okay.
Thank you. Good evening. All right, this point, moving on with public communication.
Greg Tuttle, business owner. I'm talking tonight, man. Okay, first of all, upstairs we talked about the harassment.
Right.
We went on to this, I'm going to listen to video, audio. It's plain and simple. The city attorney should have done this a year ago and says this is a state and federal law. You protect the people that are claiming harassment. Should have been cut and dry. But we dragged this on for a year. Wasted city time, city attorney time, everybody's time. This is ridiculous. Let's just get it over with. The other thing is code enforcement. I heard you, Manny, or Mayor, talk about bringing it back into community development. We know what happened there. The council influences the directors. Also, we had a code enforcement that was caught with the police department on bribes, and that was over at the massage parlors. So we don't need independent people going over there that aren't certified code enforcement. The reason it was brought over into the police department was to certify these people and make them regular people with the police department and have official status. That was the whole reason of bringing these code enforcement people over there, because we have issues with individuals that want to play policemen, and they're not. They were code enforcement working for the community development under the influence of council members. So we don't need to be taking that out of there. Also, I want to congratulate the whole council, and I know this will shock you, but the street fair, you finally realized Maria is the person over in Community Park over there to do the job right and bring the businesses back in here. And I certainly hope that Shannon, and I will be doing a public request on this, that the flake that you guys hired, Ricardo Pacheco and Manny and O'Cade and Monica, that his checks are going to be cleared and he's going to pay the city back. They bounce the checks, we need the money. This is not a free thing where you bring in a guy and he just bounces checks and we eat it. So I want to see, and I will, like you know me, Manny, I will bring in and I will do a public request. I want to know, is that money been paid back to the city? You have the resources with the city attorney to file it. Also, the Walnut Creek, I went over there and looked at it. I'm not impressed. And you're going to pay the guy the money. I think things need to be done a little bit different and a little bit more care on how you're going to treat you're spending city finances and monies. We need to take care of these parks and make them look right. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, move on with public communication. All right, just real quick before I close it, if anyone's here to speak on the CDBG, this is the time because the actual hearing was closed last time. Okay, so if anyone makes it, if not, no? Alrighty. Okay, so I just want to go ahead and close the public communication. I just wanted to say that because the actual public hearing for the CDBG was officially closed. Okay, yeah, come on up.
Mayor.
Yes.
Let me just say the whole
Oh, okay. Community Development Block Grant. Sorry about that then. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Lozano.
Yes, sir.
City Council.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the new chief. Sir.
Let's get close to the mic so everyone could hear you.
I don't really have much to say. I just like to listen.
Yes, sir.
And what I perceive is there's a lot of anger among here and behind us. And I speak for both. There's a scripture in the Word of God that says, there's one who makes himself rich yet has nothing. One who makes himself poor yet has great riches. Well, I'm the poor man. Beautiful man, Washington, D.C. spoke one day and said that he's never seen a hearse hauling a U-Haul trailer. We're here today, gone tomorrow. This brother said, years, we're not promised tomorrow. So I say we come together as a unit, not like this, with a little bit of love, and I believe we can all accomplish our goals. I know you get busy with many things, as these people do too. Just hear their voices, and I ask these people here to listen to the council. If we work as a team, things will get done. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, moving on with public communication. All right, if not at this point, I'm going to go ahead and officially close the public communication. I just one real quick comment. Mr. Luna mentioned here about us and living here. If you're an elected official of any city in the United States of America, you have to live in a city. I'm a resident since 1979. This is hometown, so his information, unfortunately, it's false. Everyone here, the electeds, have to live. We all live here in Baldwin Park. So just want to clarify that for the record. And also, in reference to the soccer league, do you have the paperwork that you could hand over to the city clerk? And again, let's see what we can assist you with. Of course, you also linked in with St. John's as well, right? So hopefully we could, they could boost it up as well and get some of the business sectors throughout Baldwin Park. So hopefully the name and number is listed there as well. Want to also thank One Legacy. One Legacy is definitely a very respected organization or institution, I should say, that I personally have dealt with as well through friends and family members, and looking forward for the relay. I actually ran one time out there in Fullerton, Relay for Life, which was good. Thank you very much for being here with reference to that particular area. And then we're also going to get to this gentleman, Mr. David. David, what was your last name, sir? Staples, sir. So we'll get someone to work with you as well. So we're looking forward to that as well. And that's the only thing I have to say at this point. Yes, Councilmember.
I want to thank Mr. Staples because
Yes.
so many businesses and so many people here in Baldwin Park are very generous when it comes to our toys and a lot of the causes that we
Thank you.
reach out to. Their first student, the little buses, they donated to our police toy drive that they had via one of their employees.
Wow.
And so I want to thank you very much, Mr. Staples, and your employees as well for being so generous with our kids here in Baldwin Park. And also, we've done a proclamation before for the Donate for Life.
Yes.
So we can
Thank you
do
for
that
reminding
again.
me.
Last year I wasn't able to attend because I think we had an Earth Day or something at the same time. But I have been there to participate. And so thank you very, very much for coming and reminding us how important this is. Thank you.
And then want to real quick also
Mayor,
thank the two individuals that came up here, entrepreneurs looking for the potential business. We also have a small business loan, so that also you might want to be in contact with our resources here as well. Thank
Mayor,
you. This
and-
Vice
oh,
Mayor Susan
go ahead.
Rubio.
You wanna
Yes,
finish your
Councilmember?
thought?
Yes.
Just real fast, I also, Terry Muse Terry left. We had the
Oh,
president
that's
of the
right.
Baldwin Park Business Association that was here, which would be a wonderful contact for you. They do have a website. I don't know how intricate it is or whatever, but if you want to go ahead and go on the website or get the information, it's the Baldwin Park Business Association. They do have coffees. They do have meet and greets, which I think would be very important for you to meet some of the other businesses in Baldwin Park. Thank you.
So, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Yes, Vice Mayor Susan Rubio.
Just really quick, I just want to remind the community of some events that are coming up, just to reiterate with the Run, Donate, Walk, and that is the One Legacy. That's coming up in April 29th, just to be clear, on Saturday. But we also have a lot of like Relay for Life cancer walks. We have one coming up in West Covina and here in Baldwin Park. And so, you know, we've always been, the council as a whole has always been very supportive of programs like yours, as well as, you know, trying to do what we can to bring awareness to cancer and help cancer survivors. So anything that you can do to participate in these programs, we encourage you. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you very much. Mayor? Yes, Councilmember Ricardo Pacheco.
Mayor, I just want to add that the city has had a number of grand openings. One in particular, I didn't attend it, but I did talk to the staff there. Was La Cocinita ribbon cutting was held this week, and seemed like I saw some pictures. Very nice ceremony, but it just shows the new businesses that are coming into town. And as for the owners that came here, or those who are looking for a place in our city, you could probably look at what's called the Old Knowles Pharmacy, which is on the corner of right there by the car wash. That's kind of tucked in the back. You could probably look at that site. I know the old pharmacy left, and now there's room there. That would probably be a very nice place for the pharmacy. There's a donut shop kind of nearby, and a laundry place, and then it's right on the corner. It's at the end of where King Taco is, kind of in that side. And if you go, I guess, south or that direction, no one would be probably west, you'll see it there in the corner. But if you get with staff, I'm sure Manny Carrillo could probably be able to, if you get with him, he'll show you where it is. And I think you have to do some work there because it used to be a pharmacy, but it's kind of vacant now. The pharmacy had moved out. And I think it'd be a great place to put your shop there if you want to take a look at that. And there's other areas throughout the city, but at least that's the one that came to mind. And also with the center median, I know that I'd just like to ask the community to bear with us. We're doing a lot of work to rehab our mediums. We had large funding that came through that was able to upgrade that, and I think it'll be a beautiful project once it's done. I know it looks bare right now as we're putting in all the new infrastructure that it takes to support that nice landscaping that will come there. So also, and then one last item, unfortunately, we had a community member who sued various council members here on the city council. That was Councilwoman Garcia, Mayor Lozano, myself, including my wife, and its individual, Greg Tuttle, a business owner, filed this lawsuit, costing the city thousands of dollars to fight it, but it was in small claims court, And I just want you to know that we were victorious. We won the lawsuit, which claimed a number of just sort of a frivolous lawsuit in that because we took a picture of the individual and that there was a TRO that he felt should not have been filed that was filed. So we proved our case in court. We went there. I had to go to Santa Barbara where the individual filed the case, take our own time to drive out there and fight this case in front of a judge. And it was a fair trial. And, we just want to let the public know that we did win that case. So with that, thank you, Mayor.
Mayor?
Yes.
There is one more announcement for those of you that have not purchased tickets. The Ballin Park Women's Club is having a scholarship dinner tomorrow night starting at 4:30 to 7. The tickets are $25 a piece. There is a Salisbury steak dinner with mashed potatoes that is prepared by a lot of the Women's Club members like myself. The scholarships, we are going to be giving 5 this year of $1,000 a piece, and they are our Ballin Park High School and our Sierra Vista students. So please join us or give a donation because, like I said, the money does go to a very worthy cause. And those of you that donated, thank you so very much again on behalf of the ladies and the students. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you. All right, thank you. At this point, we're going to go ahead and move on with the agenda. And I also reminded we're going to open up the Finance Committee as well as the Housing Authority with that. All right, so at this point, we'll go to consent calendars. We have items.
Mayor.
Yes.
I'd like to pull item number 6, please.
Number 6.
Thank you.
Yes, I'll do that.
And I'd like to pull number 10.
Okay, one moment. Okay, number 10 already. Any others? If not, at this point, I'd like to go ahead and move consent calendar items with the exception of items 6 and 10. That is my motion.
Second.
Second. Any objections? See none, so moved. All right, so at this point, we'll go over to item number 6, requested by Councilmember Monica Garcia, which accepts and authorizes the filing of the notice of completion for the city project number 2016-0151, Walnut Creek Nature Park. Councilmember?
Thank you, Mayor. This is regarding the renovations at Walnut Creek Park and the grand opening that we are expecting on March 30th at 4 p.m., correct? And this is just such a special item for me. As an elementary student, I remember going to the first opening of Walnut Creek, and it was such a beautiful nature park. And so to be here on the council and to witness the renovation of this park, which had become pretty dilapidated in recent years. During the recession, it was difficult to put resources towards this because we were being pulled in so many different directions and having to tighten the belt. And so through some creative partnerships with environmental groups, we were able to get outside funding, and then we were able to get County Supervisor Hilda, or at the time Gloria Molina, to contribute to the park. And so I just want to acknowledge that partnership because it has been a number of years. If you think back to the recession that was 2008 through 2010, and that was the time that we were having the conversation here, and the pushback was we just don't have the money. I do want to take the opportunity to highlight the partners that stepped up, that really built energy around renovating this beautiful gem that we have in our community and in the region. And it's part of the bike plan, it's part of the recreation plan. I mean, there's so much potential with this park, and thanks to our partners, they recognized that, they invested in it. I also want to thank Manny Carrillo and staff representing Recreation and Community Services, because I know early on it was hard to put resources because it was such a difficult time and circumstances were very difficult. But I want to thank you for really believing in this project and believing in the partnerships and what could be, because several years later, here we are. We're closing out this final phase. We've engaged community. Again, creative partnerships, and we're looking forward to a grand reopening on March 30th. I would encourage all of you to join us and to celebrate this, because it's just an example. It's just an example of planting the seeds, no pun intended, and then watching those grow. Things don't happen overnight. It really is a commitment, to see things through. And it's been about 4 years since we started this. And so I just want to really celebrate everybody that's contributed to this and really celebrate our staff that was very dedicated to this as well. And encourage the community to come out and, let's get this launched and off the ground. So do you want to share any of the pictures while you do that? I'm going to go ahead and make the motion to approve this item.
I'll second.
I would like one,
go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Manny, could we please have some type of a time frame as to where some of when it will be completed? I know that there were different phases. I know that
Yes.
Councilmember Garcia talked about the bike thing, but that's way in the future.
Yes, we're probably several.
Emerald necklace.
Yeah, we're probably several years away from the bike, and probably Sam will expand a little bit more on that. But I just want to articulate that the park consists of, or the improvements consist of 3 phases. This phase we've just completed is phase 2, and I believe we've expended approximately $1.4 million for the first 2 phases, and we have 1 grant outstanding that we are hoping to receive to complete phase 3, which is approximately $723,000. So please keep in mind the park is almost 100% complete, and we have completed 2 of the 3 phases with all external funds from the federal government and the state, and various competitive grants and some discretionary grants.
Thank you, and thank you so very much to staff and everyone that worked on this. Against all odds, because of the heavy rains, who knew when the roof was being put in and everything that it was going to be pouring for I don't know how long. So thank you so very much.
Thank you. Well noted. Thank you, Councilmember Cruz Baca. Just a reminder that money has been all grants. So nothing out of general fund. So those are actual grants that the city of Ballpark received.
So those are some of the images. We have new decking for the observation deck. The wood is from Alaska, so it's supposed to be designed to last, as well as the bridge. We removed the small bridge and we created a large bridge, which is kind of the focal point of the park, and we have retrofitted the structure, the roof, the irrigation, and some of the technical elements. Sam could probably elaborate on that a little bit more.
All right, go
ahead. When we started, we graded out a big part of it to create the bioswale. That was in phase 1. We've also installed a concrete path around the park. This is designed to have a vehicle ride on it for maintenance and surveillance. We also installed new amenities like benches and trash cans and some solar lighting.
Also like to highlight the solar lighting. In the past, we would have some issues with vandalism and the theft of copper wiring, so we were able to solve that issue with the solar lighting, as well as we are adding a half a dozen surveillance cameras, and we hope to add additional cameras next fiscal year.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right, so at this point, it's already been motioned and no objections. We'll go to item number by Councilmember Cruz Baca, which is a request for an appropriation in the amount of $55,808.18 for a deposit of cost sharing fund for the Coordinated Integrated Monitoring Program, CIMP, implementation per the Upper San Gabriel River watershed. So at this point, Councilmember Cruz Baca.
Yes, I just want, for the audience and the people that are listening, I just want clarification of where the funding came from. I guess that's you, Sam, that we'll be talking about this, so that everyone understands how hard you work to get the grants and the funding and everything for this.
For
number 10.
Yeah, this is this is an invoice that we have to pay for participation with the group, the San Gabriel River Enhanced Watershed Management Group, and as part of that group, we are doing some CIMP, the Coordinated Integrated Monitoring Program. So this is the third year that we're participating out of 5 years, hopefully. We're using a gas tax, and there's an oil recycling grant that we're using to pay for this. And we're also using the city's storm drain NPDS fund.
Thank you. I make a motion that we approve item 10.
I'll second. Any objections? See none, so moved. Thank you, Councilmember Cruz Baca. At this point, our CEO was going to...
I would like to ask just to acknowledge a correction in the minutes on the October 19, item 7. There was a typo cut and paste, and the motion was to sign and record the parcel map. So if everybody accepts that, we will...
I'll go ahead and make a motion.
Second.
Any objections? See none, so moved. All right, so at this point, we're going into the public hearing, which is the conduct a public hearing, and now following the public hearing, conduct the first reading of ordinance number 1397, amending City of Baldwin Park zoning ordinance subsection 153.170 ET sequence. So at this point, City Attorney, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'm going to give a short presentation regarding this ordinance. We have a relatively old sign ordinance that was developed, as far as I can tell, in about the 1990s, and then it was revised again over 5 years ago in 2012. There was a recent Supreme Court case, relatively recent, Reed v. Town of Gilbert, 135 Supreme Court 2218, 2015, that raised some issues as it relates to First Amendment and signs and zoning codes like the one in our city. As a result of this case, in addition to that, there was a challenge that was filed by one of our business owners and some of our residents to the ordinance, and that challenge was filed in federal court, and it was challenging the sign ordinance and certain aspects of it. So looking at the ordinance, we wanted to, number one, make sure that it was compliant with all constitutional laws, and to try and resolve various issues as it relates to the ordinance. What we tried to do in the changes is to merge categories to make it easier for people to understand the sign ordinance. We also tried to get rid of some of the red tape, no longer requiring permits for political signs and other things of that nature, and trying to make it so that this ordinance would be something that someone could look at and easily understand and easily follow. The city, I'm also hopeful that the change in this ordinance will alleviate the need to continue on with the federal court lawsuit in the event that the business owners and the residents think that it has solved their issues as well. So the city has decided to modify the ordinance rather than continue to spend money fighting a lawsuit and hiring outside legal firms to do that. We've already spent a lot of money this fiscal year in outside legal firms. So I took a shot at changing the ordinance along with our outside counsel that worked on the case for the City of Baldwin Park. And we made some changes, as I said, to Section 153.170.030 relating to permits requiring for political signs. That's no longer there. There are other requirements for permits that are no longer there. We've merged several categories together, and we also have looked at to make sure that the ordinance is now content neutral. I believe that it is, and I believe that it should satisfy the concerns of the residents and the businesses, but in any event, we thought it was a good idea to look at this ordinance because it was old, there was a recent Supreme Court case, and it really needed to be overhauled for several reasons. And so we did that, Mayor, and we're recommending that the City Council conduct a public hearing and, following the public hearing, waive further reading and adopt by title only the first reading of the ordinance number 1397 entitled An Ordinance of the City Council of the City of Baldwin Park, California, amending the Municipal Code, subchapter 153.170, sign regulations.
All right, thank you, Legal Counsel. At this point, I will open it up, the public hearing for those in favor. Anyone opposing? See no interest, and now declare the public hearing closed. Council members have any questions? If not, I'm going to go ahead and move an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Baldwin Park, California, amending the Municipal Code, subchapter 153.170, sign regulations. That is my motion.
I second.
Second, any objections? See none, so move. Wow, this is interesting. Okay. Reports of officers, 12. Fiscal year 2017-2018 Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, and the Home Investment Partnership Fund Home Annual Action Plan. So before I go on that, Susie Reales, want to thank you and all the staff. You always do a phenomenal job as well. And want to recognize the commissions that are here, the chairperson that we have, Ms. Joanne Watkins, and we have board member Gina Ayala. We also have Commissioner Ayala, and also Commissioner Jesus Rodriguez that are here. And I forgot also to introduce from the Upper San Gabriel Valley, we have Mr.
Al Contreras.
Did he still here? Oh, they're blocking. Sorry about that. Al Contreras, I thought you had left. And also Mariela Lake, representing the Valley County Water District. Thank you. Sorry, Al, thought you had left. All right, Susan, go ahead.
And earlier we had a representative from Assemblymember Rubio's office.
Oh, shucks. Okay. All right. Thank you for letting us.
Okay, good evening. I actually did not prepare anything because it's the continuation.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yes.
I'm assuming that you
Yes.
are ready with your recommendations. or if you
Ready
wanna-
now.
Mayor, do you want to?
Yes.
I think I discussed it last time, and I just want to reiterate, I've been to some of these meetings where the board members are making decisions, and it's not an easy task. And because of all the hours they put into it and the thought that goes into it, and I know that they get to hear from all the people that come forward asking for funding, I don't see a lot of movement, a lot of difference, and I think that whatever it is, and I think it's a very small amount, it's not enough to impact any of the programs. So with that, I would just defer to them, and I would make a motion to support the recommendation. Thank you, Mayor.
Second.
All right. Okay, at this point, I object. One objection. So, Madam City Clerk, we could roll call, please. I want to be able to at least give an input here.
Oh, okay,
So
no, that's fine.
are you open? Okay, all right, so you're open to that? All right. What I wanted to do is the Church of the Redeemer really goes above and beyond, and I've attended several of their events. This past Christmas, was it the Thanksgiving? They had an incredible amount of people. We're talking about hundreds of them, and besides them also having others donors, the amount of people that they service is incredible, and I was overwhelmed by that. So I just want to at least bring them up at least another $1,000. So we could suggest remove, say,
Mayor,
yes.
I can make a recommendation because I was looking at all these numbers. I know the youth employment went up by 3,000. Maybe, I don't know if you want to deduct it from there, just again to make sure that none of the other programs are so.
For which one?
Because the youth the youth employment went up for 3,000 from last year. We actually gave them 3,000 more. If you don't want to impact everything else, that would be an easy transfer from 1,000 to.
Okay, well, you know what?
The Church of the Redeemer.
Okay, then why don't we transfer 1,000? Okay, say 1,000 from there. Thank you. And then I want to do 500 from the domestic violence, and then 500 from the Family Service Center, which will give them a total of
24,500 for the domestic violence. I didn't understand the 500.
in other words,
But that was already reduced, Mayor. The domestic
I know.
violence.
What I'm saying here, hold on. What I'm saying, one moment.
You wanted 1,000 more, correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
So the 1,000 that's what I'm recommending that you take it from the youth employment. We actually, that's the only program that got 3,000 more this year. So if you take it from them, they're still getting $2,000 more without impacting any of the other programs.
So it'll give them about $8.
Yeah, so it'll be $1,000 more.
So it'll be 8,900.
Yes, correct. And then that would just be 2,000 increase to the youth employment. So they're still getting 2,000 more.
Mayor, why don't you take the 1,100?
Yeah, why don't we let's make it 1,100 so at least we'll give them the 9,000.
So just to be clear, 1,000 less from the youth. You want to just take it there, 1,100 from the youth?
1,100.
It would be 14,133, right?
1,100
943.
from
I'm sorry.
the youth
Hold on.
employment.
So 1,100, yes, exactly. You can do that.
14,933.
Yes.
And then add that to Church of Redeemer.
Church of Redeemer.
Yeah, the Church of Redeemer, that's where we're at. So it'll bring it up to
Beginning 9.
9,000.
9,000.
Yes.
Right? So I'll go ahead and motion that.
I'll second that.
You had said the domestic violence advocate by 500. Did you still want to add that one or no?
I think we should, if you.
The same, Mayor.
All right, we'll keep it
We
the
should
same as,
support
we'll
it.
leave it like that. Okay, well, so we'll leave it at 9,000 for the Church of the Redeemer for now.
I'll second that.
All right, and the second, any objections, seeing none, so move. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and move for the entire CDBG as proposed by the commissioners, and also, so that is my motion.
No,
second
not
it.
proposed by the commissioners because we changed it.
So as
sorry about
amended
that.
by
With
you.
with the amended areas that we had proposed, so that's my motion. Sorry
Second.
about that. Second, any objections? See none, so move. All right.
No,
thank you.
but Mayor, I just
Yes.
want to say that I'm
Yes.
very happy to see the Pride program.
Yes, Pride Platoon.
The Pride program, we have a new chief and give him one more job to do.
Let's kick it off, Chief.
Mr.
All
Mayor?
right. Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, may I clarify that the youth employment then now is
Oh, that's right.
$14,933?
Yes.
I'm glad. You know what? Sorry about that. And I know we motioned. Could we have that correction up there, please? Sorry about that, Susan.
I believe it's there. That's the 14,933.
Yes. Yes.
Employment on the bottom.
Yes.
And then we went to 9,000 for Redeemer, for the Church of the Redeemer.
Yes.
Correct. And then the rest are all the same.
Yes,
And so there's the total of that section.
yes.
All right. All right. Want to thank, and I know there's some students here from Cal State University Fullerton. Raise up your hand. Okay. That's why I graduated back in the 80s. Not too certain if you were born yet or not. But just to let you know, that's money coming from the federal level to the state level to the municipal level, just so that you know. Okay? All right. So at this point, Susan, thank you very much for the wonderful job, and thanking everyone,
I
participants.
appreciate it.
Already. Okay, so at this point, we're going over to the item 13, which is the City of Baldwin Park's fiscal year 2016-17 street rehabilitation program update. So who's doing this?
I am. So
Thank you, sir. All right.
I have a short presentation that I want to show you. I distributed.
Do you have it on the PowerPoint?
I do.
Oh, good, okay. Gene, they could have my agenda.
Yeah, the color. Huh?
Okay, can you do that in about 3 minutes?
I'm going to try.
Okay.
Okay, so I
Serious.
distributed a copy of it in case it's hard to see up there, but so
That's your minute.
Hey, take all the time you need, Sam. This is
He's
good
on a
stuff.
timer, he's on a timer. Hey, there's Carrillo, I didn't even see him. Oh, that's right, take a picture.
Take your time, man. This is good stuff.
okay. So I want to give you just a quick update on the city's paving program. What we have done so far, what we have planned to do this year, and then what we plan to do in the future. This is our street rehabilitation map. This map has shows the streets that we've done, and it shows the streets that we plan to do in the future. First, we like to talk about the residential street project. This project was completed in December of 2015. We paved 30 street segments, about 5.25 centerline miles, and it is about $1.37 million. The next project, the Major Street project, was completed in March of 2016, and we paved about 3.5 centerline miles at a cost of $1.6 million. This project was the alley reconstruction project with Kenmore in Ohio as well. It was completed in September 2016 at a cost of $495,000. So this is the streets that we have planned to pave in the future. In the next slides, I'm gonna go into this year's project, but I want to kind of highlight the amount of streets that we're gonna be doing in the next 2 to 3 years. So proposed streets to be paved this year, we have Syracuse, Ramona, Stewart, Ramona at the 605 entrance, Center Ave, and Athol. This is about approximately 552,000, and it's approximately 2 centerline miles. These are proposed alleys that we want to do. There's 10 alleys, and we also want to do Korak Street as part of this project. This is about estimated at 133,000, and it is approximately 1 mile. So future projects, we have special funds. We have gas tax, Prop C, Measure R, and pretty soon we'll have Measure M funds available for the project. And the top table there shows some of the major streets we want to do, we want to plan. We haven't programmed those yet, but we're going to be looking at those streets. And that estimate is about 522,000. Then we have our Complete Streets project. We are planning, and right now we're in design, and next month I'll come back with an update on Main Avenue, but we're planning to do Fraser Street. It's a Complete Streets project, as well as Main Avenue and Pacific Avenue. We have a grant out right now that SCAG is looking at, and if they grant it, we'll be paving and doing a project on Pacific Avenue. Also, I want to mention that Metrolink, as part of their crossing work that they're doing at Ramona, they're going to be paving Ramona between San Bernardino and Bogart. So, and that'll be at their cost. All of this work is programmed to be done within the next 2 to 3 years. Any questions?
You know what? Let me just ask real quick. So are we including Main Street right here? I mean, Main Street, Ramona and Main?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because boy, that one's like really bad.
Yes.
Yeah, and may I ask? Oh,
That's
I'm sorry.
the upper left picture there. And it's listed as the second street listed there, Bogart to Main Avenue.
I have a question. The safe rail crossing of the Metrolink, will that also include at least the quiet zone for the 2 or 3 crossings that they had initially told us that they would do, that this was going to incorporate this?
Yes.
Oh, great.
The improvements to the crossing include quiet zone eligible improvements.
That's great, because it started again about 2 weeks ago. The 530 guy or whoever's on that horn, it's been terrible. I don't know if anybody has complained to you.
Yes, it has.
But I'm going
I'll
to
give an
tell you that
example.
the whole house is shaking now. So that's another complaint of mine.
Yeah, you know what? Let me add to that. 2 weeks ago, I was out there parked early in the morning. No one to be found. I'm the only car that. Chief, you listening to that? Okay, so this guy was just, man, that horn was just, wow, it's incredible. It's like, who's he honking at? So I don't know what we can do. I know the last time when we found this, Ricardo and I, years ago, it seemed like they even increased the amount of popping that horn loud. But I hear you on that. So, well, nothing you can do, Chief. Obviously, you guys can't pull over the train, but nevertheless, just see what we can do. Yeah, and he's bad. And I think it's this specific individual, probably. I don't know. All right. Well, nevertheless, sorry about that.
Okay, there you go, Shaq.
Okay, let's go ahead. Let's move forward. And anyone have any other questions?
Yeah, Sam, good job. It's good to see all these streets. I'm sure our residents like to see their tax dollars spent well on their streets. I think it's good. So thank you for that, for your staff, and getting this job done. And what was the timeline you said on this?
We are putting the project together now for this fiscal year. So we should have those streets paved by summer. Then we're working with the Complete Streets project, which I will bring back to council in a study session to talk about those Complete Street projects. And those are scheduled for the fall.
Okay, so there's different phases
Correct.
in this project. All right, thank you. Great job. Tell yourself.
Thank you, Sam.
I have another question, Sam. I don't remember, but I know that Mr. Luna mentioned something about potholes being on Ledford or near Walnut Creek. Is that also going to be taken care of?
Yes. I can show you here. He's talking about that southernmost, the blue line there. That's Fraser Street.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so
thank you.
We'll include that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sam, for the detailed PowerPoint presentation. We appreciate it. Thank you for your work as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. I just wanted to say, these streets and alleys are so important to our community. I mean, it goes back to quality of life in our community. When somebody gets up in the morning and they drive out of their, garage and head off to work, that's what we feel every day, you know, are the quality of our streets and sidewalks. And so I want to say thank you for this report, and I look forward to, you know, getting the updates on the improvements and how we're progressing on this.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay, thank you very much. I don't think we need a motion for anything here, right? So we're going to go ahead and move on as a report. Item 14, we're going to go ahead and move to the following city council meeting. All righty. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and move for adjournment.
Mayor, I have a request, if I may. I tried to get in the agenda, but I wasn't, able
that's
to
fine.
get it in on time. Well, first of all, I want to welcome the chief of police, to our community. We definitely need someone in charge of the department. I want to also make sure that we thank Mr. Bartolotti for stepping in. Wow, an amazing job. I just have to thank you, sir, because I know that you were very responsive to our needs. Every time we asked for something, you were there. And, of course, all the police officers, they value you and they, trust you and support you. So I just want to say thank you for just stepping in and doing an amazing, amazing job. So thank you for that. Also to the chief, congratulations and welcome. Prior to us even vetting a candidate, the mayor and I had a discussion about some of the things that we wanted to see moving forward from whoever that person may be. And so first of all, I'm glad to see we have more funding for the Pride Platoon program, and that's something that I really want you to take on and, just look to our officers to see how we can make that even better. Anything that we can do to support it, just let us know, because we definitely want to make sure that we have a program for our youth and that we have an outlet for parents that are having trouble at home. So thank you for that. Another issue that we had discussed is modernizing the police department website. We want to see if we can see how we can make it more interactive and a little bit more efficient, so if you can do that as well. And another thing that we've discussed that many other cities do, and that is a monthly report to the city council. I know it may seem tedious at times, but as council members, I think it just only helps us make better decisions in terms of resources. How else do we know what you need if we don't know exactly what's happening in the city? So sometimes I know when money is tight, if we don't know the needs, perhaps we don't make those informed decisions. So if we can have a presentation monthly, it doesn't have to be very elaborate, but in terms of, we want to know, well, at least personally, so I don't want to speak for everyone, I want to know crime trends and statistics, and give us a sense of what's happening, whether it's good or bad. We will always support you, and if there's things that are happening that are spiking up, then we can provide more resources to make sure that the department has what it needs. So we can do that, I would say maybe the second council meeting of the month, where you have a chance to see where that month went. And again, it doesn't have to be elaborate, just as long as we're all informed. I think that lately there's things that happen, and we always get text messages here and there, but maybe we have a sense, is crime growing? Maybe, it's being reduced. We also want to make sure that we thank you for the work that you do as well. But again, we're a team, and we want to make sure that we support you. Thank you, Mayor.
Mayor, if I may.
Thank you, Councilmember Susan Rubio. Yes, Councilmember.
I just wanted to thank the POA, the chief. They had a barbecue this afternoon to welcome you on board. Thanks for the POA for supporting that. Some of the best tacos that I've had in a long time with the chili, man. Ooh, it was really good. Anyway, just want to, Amy's not in our head because she was there. It was good stuff. Really good food. I just want to welcome you on board. I think we have, as you know, one of the finest police departments in the San Gabriel Valley, if not the state of California. A lot of them do a lot of good work out in our community. And I know yourself, your record holds itself from the city you come from, a lot of the good work you do. So it's a good marriage, and I think, of chiefs of police in our POA. So I want to continue to see, building on the strengths that we have together and moving forward. I think there's a lot to accomplish. One of my concerns, though, is the realignment and its impact to our community, and the trends that accompany those crimes that occur, the petty theft crimes and all that, because there has been an increase in that, and I know there was a strategy to be able to combat that. So I know that for now we're probably going to see an increase, but during actually your interview, you discussed some strategies that you had to be able to focus on that with the staff that we have. So I just want to see some of those trends come down. I like that you're out in the community. You're talking to a lot of residents, hearing a lot of the concerns. So we want to just welcome you on board and thank you for being here. All right, so good luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Councilmember.
I would also like to welcome Chief Salcedo to our city and to the police department, of course. I look very forward to working together. There's a lot of issues, as you know. The one thing that I would really like for you, and I know your police officers have already explained and expressed that to our community at that Know Your Rights forum that we had, is that we want to be sure that the residents, though we are a sanctuary city or declared to be a sanctuary city, that the police department will continue enforcing the law and to keep our residents safe. We don't want people thinking that criminals or whatever are going to be running amok in our city. So if you can sort of assure the people that that will happen, that's one of the things, and keep us updated as to what's going on with a lot of that. So welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Mayor, thank you. Yes, I also want to welcome you. It's exciting to have you on board. And at the last council meeting, I already had some items lined up for you to welcome you, with the open arms. But we have had some incidents lately it seems like there has been a spike. And even over the last couple of weeks, we've seen some tagging that looks like there's some tagging wars going on. And then based on what you reported to us today. So at the last council meeting, I had asked that we get a report from the police department. And so that would be our new chief. And asking what are the trends? How are we deploying our resources? And I would hope that it would be based on the data that we collect and, the trends that not only that we see, but that we are able to quantify. And so if we can get a report on what is happening out there and how are we deploying our resources so that, we know and we can confidently tell our residents that we're being very proactive about addressing, what's going on in our community. So just want to, again, welcome you and, I guess you're going to hit the ground running, right? Yeah, and appreciate that you're here, appreciate your energy and the vision that you have. I think it's very much in line with what we see for our community and, some of that hands-on community policing, getting involved with the community, but also just knowing where we are as far as our data. Where are these trends? How are we deploying our resources? That would be very helpful. So, when do you think we can have a report back? I know that you're settling in.
Tomorrow morning.
You're settling in and you're gathering that information. What is a realistic time frame for having that first report?
Well, thank you, everybody, for accepting me with open arms and your support. It's critical for the city council and the mayor as a whole and the city administration to support the public safety aspect. But I've always said that public safety is a shared responsibility between the community and the police department, as well as city administration and yourselves, the electeds. The report itself, I'm in the process, my third day. So I've already enacted some changes with the help of the leadership of the police department, obviously, because they themselves have been here. They have innovation and critical insight into what's been going on over the years and the culture itself. And I want to thank the police department for their critical responses to incidents and how they responded, doing more with less, and continuing to provide excellent service, and we are going to enhance that as well. The report itself, I would think maybe in about a month I can get an in-depth report, but definitely I can give you weekly updates as well. And just give me another week to really get into the roots of the matter per se. But we are constantly working. Being a chief of police is not a 9-to-5 job; it's a 24/7 job. As you understand, just like you all work 24/7 pretty much, because I call you and text you and all hours of the day and night. But definitely, I want our officers to engage the community, and also to have the community feel safe and address quality of life issues like tagging, like other issues that you see in your community. But it's also important that the community also takes part in calling us, either anonymously, or you can leave your name if you want follow-up from us. And that's how we're going to work together to really make this community better the way we want it to live in. So, but yes, I can definitely start a report soon. An in-depth report will probably take about a month because I need it, but I can definitely give you some insight into these areas in closed session or written form as well.
That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for working on that. And that's a realistic time frame. You know, we couldn't say come back next week and expect that you're gonna, have everything that we're. But much appreciated. Thank you for jumping in.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right.
I just want to say, just to be clear, so the second council meeting of the month, that's exactly a month from now. That works for you? So we can put it on the agenda, Shannon, just so you know, so we can have it recurring and he can report as much or as little as he thinks it's necessary. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to, first of all, thank you and thank all the police officers that are a part of a great team here, of course, in the city of Baldwin Park. I don't want to reiterate because everyone touched up on everything that's important for each and every one of us. So. And again, keeping us informed, that's probably going to be the key thing, and addressing these jerks that are out there tagging. And it just seems like it was mentioned here, it's escalated. So let's get on that. But thank you very much, and thank the Baldwin Park Police Department. All right, at this point, I'd like to go ahead and move for adjournment of the City Council.
Second.
Any objections? See none, so move. All right, before I open up the means, I need to just read off where's that? Here we go. The Finance and the Housing Authority. Now says required by government code section 54952.3, members of the City Council are also members of the Board of Directors of the Housing Authority and Finance Authority, which are concurrently convening with the City Council this evening, and each council member is paid an additional stipend of $30 for attending the Housing Authority meeting and $50 for attending the Finance Authority meeting. All right, so at this point, I'd like to open up the Finance Authority. And we have just a consent calendar, which is item 1, Treasury Report from January 2017. I'll move for a motion for approval. Second, any objections? Seeing none, so move. At this point, I move for adjournment of the Finance Committee. Hello? Second. Okay. Any objections? Seeing none, so move. All right, at this point, I'd like to open up the Baldwin Park Housing Authority, and I will go ahead and consent calendar. That is my motion. Second. Any objection? Oh, okay. Any objections? Seeing none, so move. At this point, I'll move for adjournment. Second. Any objections? All right, if not at this point, good evening. Viva Baldwin Park. And is there a possibility, so we're done with the council, that we could move all the closed session till next time around? I don't think there's nothing critical.
Why don't we just take up just try?
I have those 3 legal cases, but they don't need to go today. I mean,
Mayor, I would like to just move things down.
I relieved Diane. I didn't want her waiting all these hours, so I told her we'll get her next time. I didn't want her to be on the hook.
All right.
I would support the mayor's request.
All right, okay. Any objections? Seeing none, so move. All right. Before we're finished, but I just want to let everyone know that the memorial services for Robert was referred to as nicknamed Chief Gutierrez, born July 7th, 1958, same year I was born, passed February 23rd of this year. So the services will be at 2 p.m. at Edelman Funeral Home in the city of El Monte. I want to just say, we didn't get an opportunity to meet Robert Gutierrez. He was a wonderful individual, a very humble person who helped train a lot of the boxers here in the city of Baldwin Park. So our deepest condolences goes out to both his family as well, and he will definitely truly be missed. Thank you very much. So at this point, good evening. Where's Councilor Fullerton? Come on up.
Excuse Mayor, is it possible for us on behalf of the city to send flowers?
Yes, you're right. Thank you very much.
Please, to the family.
Okay.
I mean,
thank you very much. All right, good evening. I guess we don't want to leave. Where's Councilor Fullerton at? Gene, get him up here. Chairman Joanne Watkins, thank you very much. I love you. Thank you.